Howdy folks, please bear with me, this is my first video doing a tank kind of playthrough. This is my ace tanker on a Hetzer, and just thought I'd kind of talk you through some of my thinking when I was doing this. It's kind of, I'm dancing along to the music, so please excuse that. Anyhow, it looks fairly promising. We've got a steward on our side, we've got a few scouts. Two Hetzers in our team, so I'm expecting to hopefully get some decent spots and being able to get some damage in. One thing you've got to be a little bit careful of course, with a Hetzer or with a derp gun, is that you don't team kill folks. I seem to have managed that a couple of times in the past. So anyway, as you can see, we're on the north-east side, so just taking a quick look to see, looks like our Stuart didn't actually make it into the game, or it hasn't loaded yet. Anyhow, we're actually heading over into a little bit of cover over here. I'll knock down a couple of trees and really just try to see if I can ignore the person who's clicking the map. Anyhow, we're going to just park ourselves up. This is one of my spots I'll stop at, especially as I don't see anybody going down the 9 on 0 lines. In fact, they all just seem to have stopped. And as one of the other players noted, there's actually 5 tanks and tank destroyers all parked up on the grassy knoll off to my right, which isn't really going to be very useful for getting any kind of activity. So anyhow, I'm waiting patiently to try and shoot things as tank destroyers tend to do. I don't have much spotting because I'm in a Hetzer, so I'm kind of pretty much blind as a bat. I've got a periscope and I've got some extended view range, but not normally very much. However, I do spot one of our opposite numbers, a Hetzer, and I think, okay, there's 5 people up on the grassy knoll. They should be able to finish him off. I had some shooting. I don't see anything. Oh, there we go. I have to take him out myself, so just in case I'm spotted, I'm backing away, but I didn't even get spotted. I guess the artillery may have stunned him, I'm not sure, but I didn't get spotted there, so this is good. See, we've got a scout heading out into the swamp. He might spot something. At least a couple of them have dropped off of the hill a little ways, not very far. Maybe they were getting shot at and they decided to beat feet and head down into the actual swamp itself. Anyhow, really not a lot going. I'm still concerned that there's no activity from our team on the 9 and 0 line. They all seem to be just camping back at base. We've got a martyr going in there. I'm not quite sure what he's planning to do. He's kind of going the wrong way. If he's sort of on the downstream side of the of where you are likely to get shot, so actually more upstream I should say, because if there's anybody actually spotting from the side, he's going to be yeah, there he goes. Anyhow, we're starting to look in a pretty bad state. So I take a few pot shots into where I normally I would camp if I'm on the other side. So I figure a few blind shots can't hurt. I don't think I actually hit anything, but if there was anybody camped up there or parked up, they might be dissuaded. So it might give us a little bit of a breathing room for the folks that are dropping down into the swamp. I see this P2640 sitting there. Can be really careful about TKing. We've got a couple of tanks. Oh well, they're dead anyway, so no problem. I didn't kill them. They kind of killed themselves. Anyhow, yeah, looking pretty dire. We're a couple of tanks down. Still nobody. Oh, we've spotted somebody coming up the 9-0 line, or at least the one of probably many, but he's out there somewhere. Anyhow, take a blind shot again. I'm not sure if I hit anything, but he's probably keeping his head down at least. I'll get back in my bush and take a look and see what I can see, which isn't much. Oh, there's an enemy martyr. So we almost take him out, and someone else takes him out for us. So that's a good sign. We're 3 tanks down. Well, actually, really 4, because we've got our Stuart still back at the spawn point, not doing anything, and doesn't look like he's connected at all. So we are down one of our top tier scouts, which is pretty dire. And so here comes one of the lights, enemy lights, that I'd say is now meeting some resistance. Thankfully, gets taken out by one of our camping boats. But now we're still getting some additional assault. Another tank I managed to take out. Love this Derping. Now there's the American TD. We've got an M8 coming in here, so he's on the other side of the ridge. So I'm not going to get much. I'm not going to get many shots in there. Missed that. Couldn't quite capture him through there. So at least our Stuart is doing some spotting for us, even though he's not moving. So I think we'll manage to take the 229 out. And we're still looking. There's still a couple of tanks down. Well, again, 3 tanks if you want to count the Stuart that isn't doing anything. And I think he's about to get toasted. I'm hoping this guy's going to pop out, but no, he's not. He's just getting the cheap kill. We've got another enemy that's pushing up the 90 line, so we hopefully zoom in, and nope, missed him, but I did at least get some spotting damage on that cruiser. Oh, now I'm finally spotted, so it's time to move. Got a couple of jokers sitting in the bush here, so they've been camping there quite a while, so I'll sort of just get out of the way, because that's what I knew was coming. Some arty was definitely I do the old right click, left click trick, which sometimes works, but this time I missed. But backing away so I don't splash myself, I managed to take the enemy TD out. So now we folks are capping, and I need to get back into cover. I'm trying to keep down below this ridge. I'm expecting more RT to come in, so I'm just going to keep moving. Yep, there comes another one. And I'm just locked onto the Marder. The enemy Armada is another one that's a big threat, so I just release it so I make sure I'm going to hit him. And we now do another derp in the face with this guy. So there's another one down. Now we're I'm 1 against 4 now. It's just me, so I decided I better head out to the swamp, get myself some distance, and then sneak back in again. But another TD's hot on my trail, so I managed to blow him up in the water, taking a few hits. My ammo rack gets taken, so I'm in a bit of trouble here. And I've got my repair kit on cooldown, so I've still got a little bit of time to wait. So luckily I don't think this guy can pen me, but I've got to keep moving because of just that. There are a number of artillery hits. This guy doesn't seem to be doing a particularly stellar job of pinning me, and he is definitely a one shot. If necessary, I can probably even ram him. Finally get hit by the RT, which didn't take a lot of damage off me. And luckily my ammo rack didn't cause me any problems. He's determined to try, but in this case I'm backing away again, trying to put some distance so I don't splash myself. Here comes a pop gun tank. I managed to track him a little bit. Try to track him by whacking him. Okay, now the artillery seems to be shooting from the gully just to the north of the enemy camp. So I'm going to obviously speed it up, because it takes a while for a Hetzer to drive over there. And I just then noticed I've only got 1 shell left. Okay, well, if I can pull it off, there's a Fadin's medal, so I need to make sure this one counts. There he is, and I'm gonna manually shoot it. So there we go. 1 ace tanker in the bag, and it's it was a pretty cool outcome with a ace tanker, Fadin's medal, and a Top Gun, high caliber, and Kolobanov. So you can't argue with that. Let's say I'll take it. Thanks. Enjoy.